Alright, so we have something a little crazy today for you guys. So we're going to be talking about the Zenistar. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Zenistar with Conductive Sphere, right? So this here is my build. You can definitely adjust this. It's not the most important thing on this build, but it cathode current does like help with like quality of life stuff. But we'll talk more about what else you can change about your Gyre setup in a second. Because first, we gotta talk about the Zenistar, right? So older players definitely know what the Zenistar does. The long story short is if you heavy attack, you shoot out a disc, right? And there's a few really strange properties about this disc. So first and foremost, the disc AoE is affected by reach. So as you can see, this one is much smaller, right? And so also this disc does heat damage. I don't think I said that. So one thing is the AoE is affected by range. It also does not snapshot, which I think is kind of strange. So if you have something like Berserker Fury that triggers while it is out, while the disc is out, then the disc will benefit from the attack speed as you get the stacks. This also goes for Elementalist, this also goes for Galvanized Steel, this goes for everything, including combo, Spring-Loaded Blade itself, I think is the only thing that is not the case for. And we're actually about to find that out right now. Yeah, that doesn't look like it got bigger with the spring-loaded blade, but I could be wrong. I don't exactly have like the best eyes. Like I'm not the best at spotting those differences. So, other things to keep in mind is what I'm about to show you. I would probably, well, obviously I would put some Tinokai in here, but I'm low on plat, and I don't have an Exilus adapter at the moment. So it's staying here for now. Also, I would probably put Blood Rush and Galvanized Steel in here, but another thing I would definitely do, if I had it, is I would put a Riven here with range. I wouldn't normally recommend that, but for this one, that is a very big deal because range makes a huge difference, as you saw with just swapping in the prime reach. So, as you guys might know, Gyre's augment for her one makes it so that whenever you shoot through the sphere, right, this Toxicist doesn't have any electricity modded onto it, but if you shoot through the sphere, then two things happen. First, you get electricity. Second, you get force procs. And force procs are really strong. And this applies, it's supposed to apply to all projectiles, so anything that you shoot through it, but it doesn't. It applies to most, though. Some things I can think of that are a little inconsistent. The Core's bonus beams, I don't think go through it, or don't benefit from it. I could be wrong. And for some reason, when I was testing with the Cyanex, the pistol with the homie shots, it did not benefit just at all, and I have no clue why, right? Anyway, so there is one more weapon we're going to talk about here, which is going to be the Aphentis here, and that's because whenever you throw it, you get Balisari Might, which gives you mostly extra attack speed. That's all you're really worried about. And if you kill an enemy while you stand inside of us, then it'll last for 40 seconds outside. So you can kind of think of this as a fifth ability. which is, well, that's certainly how we're going to be using it. So this setup, it's pretty simple. You're going to build up your combo to 12x first, because your combo amount multiplies the duration on your Zenistar's disc. Normally only last about 10 seconds. So this, it'll last about 2 minutes. Then you're going to set up 3 spheres here, and proc Tanky. Then after you do that, heavy attack and send the disc through it. And now, it'll proc your influence with all of your actual individual damage ticks, and it hits in a huge radius, so you're getting a ton of extra hits every single time it ticks. Then, once you have done that, you can throw down your Xatas, wait for it to get a kill, and then you will get your Belisari Bite for 40 seconds, and you can kind of just run it around and do nothing, honestly. I mean, obviously you're playing Gyre, so you can turn on her 3, right, and you can turn on her 4. You'll get the little lightning strikes, which will be pretty nice. You'll get the extra crit chance on your Zenistar, and then since your Zenistar is proccing so many electric procs, you'll also always have guaranteed red crits with your abilities, which is, again, very, very nice. And then all you have to do after that is you watch this timer here that has no descriptor. That is your Zenistar timer. And whenever it hits around like 20-ish seconds, I would say that's when you should pull out your Zenistar again. And after you pull out your Zenistar, you're going to do the exact same thing, except this time you don't have to build up your combo multiplier if you're running Naramon. And you could even just keep using your Zenistar, and then just every 40 seconds swap to your Xatas and get that extra buff. So now let's talk about the things you can put on Gyre to boost this up even more. So, in my opinion, there are 2, maybe 3 standout options. So, for all of them, I would recommend putting over the 2. And I would recommend Roar, of course, because Roar will buff not only your ability damage, but also the disc's damage. So that's going to be a pretty nice buff. It's considered faction damage, so it also double dips on all of your status, which is where almost all of your damage is coming from. So Roar is a really good option, but if you are even lazier, then what you can do is you can actually swap out this Augur Secrets, put some like Strength Archon shards on your Gyre, and you can put War here, and put Eternal War here. And so the wiki says that it will continue to refresh your Eternal War. If that is wrong, I am very, very sorry. I would say definitely check that yourself. But I literally just started messing around with this and noticed it was extremely good and went to make the video immediately. I have not done almost any more testing with this. There could be a ton of crazy interactions that I am missing. I don't think anybody has even talked about this either. I would highly recommend that this be looked into. Put stuff in the comments if you find some stuff that's you think would help, or if you do your own testing and you find some things that either I got wrong, because again, I have pretty much not touched this at all. You can tell because my Xatas isn't fashioned out, and neither is my Zenistar, and my Zenistar is missing like 3, 4 forma. Anyways, just really, really felt the need to bring this up because I don't think anybody is talking about it, and it, I think, is really cool.